Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing super duper excited to be hanging out with you today.
Thank you so very much for accepting. Woo!
So usually, and I hope my internet is not the one that's lagging.
It could be mine. It could be mine. I'm not a woman, so I have no idea.
I love technology, but I absolutely despise technology in the same sense.
Okay, well, welcome to Teaching is Fun. And I was really interested to find out what you do and how you do it, because we're all teachers here trying to, help people to learn things in different ways. And it would be great to hear from you how you do it. So tell us who you are, where you're from.
Okay. I am excited to be here again. I know I stated that a bit earlier because you have done some amazing things and you do a lot of traveling. So I am going to be spotlighting you at some point. But for little old me, my name is Jeannette Washington, and I reside in Michigan, in the suburbs outside of Detroit, probably about 15 minutes. Yeah, I love Detroit. I was born and raised there. I went to school in Mississippi, primarily in the Jackson area. And so that's where I really honed my skill set and learned exactly what it was that I wanted to do with my life, essentially. So currently I am working within the intersection of education and technology. And I've worked as a software engineer. I've worked as a speech language pathologist. I've even worked as a substitute teacher. So I've kind of done a lot of different things.
Girl, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a juggling act, and it's a circus show, essentially. But, and you know what, who knows what I will do next? Because, as a Black woman, I feel like we are constantly reinventing ourselves.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, I could possibly be a performer next.
You can.
We'll see.
Believe me, you. Everything is possible. For sure.
So I am an author, and I wrote the book Technical Difficulties: Why Dyslexic Narratives Matter in Tech.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just looked down because my phone is okay.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
There we go.
So this book that I wrote is all about how people who identify as dyslexic can find gainful employment in the tech industry, and they can really use their different gifts and strengths to make the tech industry a very innovative place. So just a little bit about me, but I do want to know more about you, though.
What?
About
me? What?
Yeah, just tell us where you're, because currently you are you in Spain? Where are you at right now?
I'm in France.
You're in France, okay. So what are you doing out there? Are you teaching little kids, older kids? What's the energy?
Yeah, well, I started off as, I'm an ESL teacher, so English is a second language or an additional language. Okay. And so I'm mainly teaching startups at the moment. Tech startups at the moment, and sometimes I go into schools, private universities as a lecturer. Because I also do workshops with steel drum.
Okay. I saw that in your stories.
Yeah. Got good things going on here. So yeah, I've been in Europe for almost 29 years now. So like we said, we changed games. Gotta put food on the table.
Somebody's got to do it, right?
Yeah. But, this is why, I like to talk to other teachers, see how they do things, because we can all share information that could be, great for everyone, really. It's a win-win.
Agreed. And I've actually been to France before. I've been to Bordeaux, Cognac, and Champagne, and obviously Paris. I think that's it, though. France is a really picturesque place to be. So I just wanted to add that tidbit.
Well, you should come. You have to let me know when you're coming next. Hit me up. Hit me up. That is for sure. Well, you know, your book, I really want, I'm actually going to have to order your book now. I hope I can get it. Because since I work in tech, well, I help people that work in tech. I do see that there's different types of personalities that you can find, like in developers, and you know, especially in developers, for example, in tech. You really have a spectrum that is completely different, you know. And I mean, it's always nice to have some tips, or you know, find different ways of maybe maneuvering around what could be, you know, uncomfortable with some, but for people to understand that.
Agreed. So in my book, I kind of outline a lot of different ways that people who are identifying as neurodivergent and find themselves some really nifty positions within tech. Because when we think about tech, a lot of times we're only thinking about software development. We're not thinking about security. We're not thinking about cloud management. We're not even thinking about the IT side of things. So I go in depth about how companies can really recruit people differently, how they can retain people by creating different structures and systems within their organization. And then ultimately, we want to look at company culture and what they're doing to make sure they facilitate these neurodivergent individuals stay. How are they making it comfortable for people who don't necessarily think like them, look like them, you know, behave like them?
Mm-hmm. I have to move because there's an echo.
Okay.
Oh, this is better. Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I know you're listening. You're just readjusting over there, which is all good. Yeah.
Good exercise.
I think the echo may be gone now. So
yeah, I think it's fine.
But yeah, so technology is all encompassing, as we see now that the pandemic happened and is ongoing, that we have to find ourselves really pivoting and understanding what role technology plays in our lives. And with that in mind, we need to make sure that it is innovative and it is energizing for all people, and that it is accessible ultimately. Right. So that's some of the things that you know, I have kind of worked on with my publication, and just all together in my journey through education. I've been working to make sure that websites have color contrast that could really benefit those who are dyslexic or who have a low vision, things like that. I mean, it could be those small things that we neglect as we are building websites, or as we are really trying to put out our work as far as a digital footprint. So that's that.
Okay. You're going to have to, when this is over, you're going to have to put in the comments what your book is, the title, and so I'll have to, this is my shout out I'm doing to you now.
Okay.
Because it's really relevant.
Giving me a heads up, huh?
Yeah, exactly, because it's really relevant to what's going on right now, you know, and your you know, the way that your view can also help a lot of people, really
Thank
seriously. You know, so I'm going to make sure that
and I want to, when we are done, or if you would like, make sure you drop some info about your earrings, because I'm looking at them. I know a lot of other people are like, those are cool. We need to know where you got those earrings.
That would be
so we can
daily. Yeah. We have to let you know about. These are made of wood. So they're very light.
Okay.
Light. Yes,
we don't like the heavy earrings.
Not anymore, because they, you know. But I have tons of earrings, so every time there's always something going on. Something going on. What would you say when you've been teaching with different students? Maybe the best time that you've had, or something memorable about an experience that you had in teaching?
So many experiences in the classroom. So many that I find are memorable. I will say just a memorable instance is I went to a gala the day before It was like maybe a Sunday night, and I came to school that Monday morning, and I hadn't changed my makeup, and I woke up late, and I just threw on my little work clothes. But I just remember feeling like Beyonce that day because when my students saw me, they were just like, oh, "You never look like this." It made me feel a way. I was a little slighted because I'm like, "Wait, I'm always cute," but they were like, "No, you look different." So that is memorable for a very vain reason. But I will say another thing that strikes me, something that's more altruistic, is working with babies in our reading spaces and our reading times. I think that is so revelational for me. What I used to do is create a hook before we read the story of the day or maybe the story of the week. And what that hook could look like, I'd get a brown bag and I'd put some random objects in the bag, but the objects were random, but they correlated to the story a little bit. So, for instance, if we were reading about Pete the Cat's new shoes, I might have a shoestring in there. I may have, some things that would make them wonder, but not necessarily give them too much emphasis on what we're reading. And I would have them pick different things out, and they would tell me what they think our storybook would be about, and then we would read it. But I would love to see the aha moments when it all came together and it connected for them. It would make my day.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
That builds that engagement. It builds the momentum. So now they're all sitting crisscross applesauce, and they're ready like for whatever. So I've always been the type of educator, the type of speech language pathologist where I wanted to get you almost amped up before our activity so that you just spilled over when it was time for us to participate in it. So that was one of the ways I called it a big hook. And that would just hook them. And at that point, once their attention is hooked, you're all set.
Wow. Okay. You gave me an idea for next week.
Oh, good.
Watch out, you guys. Watch out. We got a hook in the bag. Because I'm an teacher, so sometimes I take things that are in the room, and if someone doesn't understand what I'm talking about, I would use each item in the room to express it in a different way. Like if we're working on the sound of ED, like the T and the D and the id sound, I take like 3 random things and say, okay, this is the D, and this, and they're like, what? But in the end, they actually,
they get it.
They get it because it's instead of going, oh, I don't understand this, I don't understand. And they're able to do that. So yeah, I definitely have to get your book now. Everybody get her book. Everybody get her book. Support.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, I'm going to let you go because I know you are far. Detroit, outside of Detroit. I can't believe okay. But thank you so much for taking the time for all of this. I think we got a little bit of you here. And,
just a little bit.
We did. But I appreciate it. Just want to say, I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it.
I'm glad we found each other so that we can continue to follow one another's journey. And I hope everyone else that has visited feels compelled to connect with you and me. And we shall see. That all rhymed. You, me, see.
You, me, see. Oh, see, you're still teaching. You're done teaching. No, you're not done teaching for today.
Little do they know.
It's hard to stop sometimes too. That
it is.
An issue sometimes. You're still dreaming. And okay. All right. Well, have a lovely day. My day is basically at the end here because it's nighttime here. So we're gonna go out and have some drinks.
Oh, I'm jealous. It's only 1, but you know what? It is technically still happy hour. It's happy hour here, so I might be out there toasting cheers and virtual cheers to you.
All right. Well, I will enjoy. I'll feel it. As they say. It's gonna be great. Okay. Well, thanks again. and we'll keep in touch. Okay?
Yes, we will. All right. Bye.
And thank everyone who's joined us with all the hearts and stuff. It was super cool.